What's going on, guys? On the road right now, we're going to stream Jets Bills the second half. 13 to 16, Bills have the lead. Rodgers on the fourth play of the game goes down with a ankle injury. He's in a boot right now. He was questionable to return, but now we know he's not going to return. Um, this is probably the worst case scenario for the Jets after all the hype throughout the offseason about Aaron Rodgers becoming a Jet. For him to go down in the fourth play almost feels like the Jets are cursed or something. But we'll see what the extent is of the injury. For now, it's going to be Wilson, and we'll see if he learned anything from Rodgers in the last 7 months. Um, you can't really underestimate being around someone like Rodgers. What that can do for you as a quarterback. So I'm excited to see if Zach Wilson can come out here and lead this team to a comeback win. Jinja in the chat. What's up, Kyle? I hope it's not an Achilles. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I heard from the crew on halftime as well. Um, I'm just hoping that he gets better right away. I know the Broncos play them week 5, so I'm also hoping that we get to play Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, that game's kind of not as meaningful. All right, so it is the Jets trying to defend their side of the field. Bills on offense. They're at midfield. Shotgun formation. Dump off pass goes to Cook. That's another cool dynamic is that the Cook brothers are playing each other. Dalvin Cook is a Jet, and his brother plays for the Bills. Jinja, running the stream from your car is epic. A man of the people. I do what I can. I do what I can. All right, 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation for Allen. Cook in the backfield. He looks run, and then he rolls out and catches it. And that is Diggs again. And we had this whole offseason where Diggs wasn't reporting. Sean McDermott said he was very concerned, his exact words, about Diggs not reporting to camp. And I think, in a way, Allen wanted to go out here and target Diggs heavily to, basically, hey, what you said about our relationship being shaky, because people have nothing to talk about in the offseason. So it was just Diggs is not, their relationship is not going to be as good. And especially because the Bills hype, they were supposed to win the Super Bowl last year, an ugly loss. So no one really was talking about Buffalo this year. And now what you have is an angry Buffalo Bills team, right? Last year they were playing like with hype. This year they're almost an underdog. And they're very talented, maybe the best roster in the NFL. Definitely up there. And, he's going to target Diggs a lot. And maybe even redefine or make us focus like, hey, all that stuff that was talked about in the offseason, did any of that actually make any sense? Or was that all just us searching for a title? Interception. Allen goes deep looking for guess who? Diggs. But the ball gets intercepted. He really was taking a shot there. And but Allen takes a lot of deep shots. He takes a lot of chances. That's kind of what makes him so great as a quarterback. But with that comes a lot of risk. And he's been known to throw more than an average amount of interceptions, kind of like Brett Favre, who a lot of people think they have a similar style of playing. Obviously, we see a lot more running from Josh Allen, but as far as being a gunslinger, they both have that. And Diggs actually didn't even try to catch this ball. It was overthrown, and he turned into a defender, tried to make sure it didn't get picked. and he couldn't punch the ball out. Jinja says the grind and work ethic is admirable. Fucking love it. Thanks, man. It'd be funny if you're talking about Diggs, though. Yeah, I couldn't do it without my girlfriend right here next to me, supporting the podcast, driving the car, going to the games. I'm a lucky man. So it's a one possession game, 7 points. That's not, crazy. I mean, for Zach Wilson, it does feel like even three points. You don't really want to be playing from behind with Zach Wilson. You want the Jets to have a lead and, try to maintain. So can Zach Wilson go on a touchdown drive, though? I think so. I think what we should expect to see from Zach Wilson is he's going to be a different player than he was last year because of Aaron Rodgers. And I've said this before about Tom Brady, his understudies, Jimmy Garoppolo, who, led the Raiders to a win in Denver yesterday, Matt Castle. It's not a coincidence that the successor or the person that's behind star quarterbacks always turn into stars. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Look at how Jordan Love played yesterday. I've been saying all offseason, Jordan Love is going to be good. And everybody is wrong about that. And he went out there and just had a day. I mean, almost 40 points. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But this is going to have an impact on Zach Wilson. And it's not going to be a surprise. I think he can lead this team to a comeback. I'm going to say it now. Buffalo, it's their game to lose. I mean, really. Buffalo is in the better situation right now. Josh Allen is a way better quarterback. But if Josh Allen is going to take those deep shots and throw interceptions, it's not crazy to think that eventually the Jets will capitalize on these mistakes because the Jets have a great defense and they're capable of winning this game. So by no means do I think what Peyton Manning said during halftime. He said this could get out of hand, this could get ugly, it could be a long day for the Jets. I'm not really buying that yet. I still kind of believe this is going to be a close game. So Zach Wilson's going to throw it on first down. It's a dump off to Dalvin Cook, good for 15 yards. So what a great first play to start this drive. Taking a look back on that interception, so it was Diggs running a deep post, but you had two safeties playing on top. I mean, it was just a bad read. I don't know. I think sometimes he gets into a rhythm with Diggs and he feels like, he gets too in his head that everything's going to work and he just takes a shot that's maybe not there. Good tackle here behind the line by White, Tre'Davious White. Lost a 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 coming up. Aaron is MVP in the chat. She is. Dear Troy Aikman just now, he's a gunslinger. The key of this game is going to be patient because the Jets just simply don't give up a lot of big plays. All right, Zach Wilson, tries to squeeze one in to Lazard on a curl. Doesn't quite get it there, incomplete. So now it's 3rd and 12, and Zach Wilson, if you're going to win with him, I don't expect him to be great at this point in his career. So in 12, and I think that's why you just saw that 5-7 yard button hook. It's an easy completion, and we should be in around 3rd and 5 right now. That's where you want to keep Wilson, but it's incomplete, and now he's in an unfavorable condition. Let's see what he does. 3rd and 12, he throws it. That is Carter. Flight comes out. We'll see if that's roughing the passer. It could be an automatic first down. It was not enough. No, it's holding. Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Nope, those are the keys. Oh my God, I found something. They. All right, punting unit, man. It feels good to be streaming a game, even though we're on the road. This is when I feel this has been missing, man. All right, here we go. Punt. This is our first stream of the new year besides Thursday night. All right, so kick is going to be returned. A lot of dancing, a lot of moving for a gain of a couple. So Jets not able to capitalize on the interception, and that's kind of what the Jets need to do. Like, look, they have a great defense. They could probably keep Buffalo, hold them to another field goal, but you really don't want this team to go up 2 possessions with Zach Wilson. You want to keep this a 1-possession game, and I don't know. You're only going to get so many drives that don't result in points for Buffalo. But if you had to pick, a defense to hold Buffalo to 0, the Jets are one of those defenses. So it'll be interesting to see how the next drive pans out. Rodgers going down is unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing him this year. Yeah, and Rodgers is pretty tough, when it comes to injury stuff. He's one of those dudes that, goes on long streaks of playing and doesn't really sit out. So if it's not an Achilles, they did say x-rays were negative. I guess they'll have to do an MRI to understand the ACL or Achilles, whatever. I know that we lost Tim Patrick because of an Achilles for the entire year. So, to think Rodgers could be out this whole year, I would say maybe that guarantees he doesn't retire at the end of the year. But I don't know if he, thinks that he has enough juice in the tank to go through, that whole rehab process and get back to healthy at 38 years old. So I'm hoping it's just a high ankle sprain and nothing serious, because that would be a really disappointment to see one of the, all-time great last, play just be an injury, last season to end on the 4th play. That would be a bad ending. Wilson's like Jordan Poole, except he needs a baddie melt in the crowd to ball out. That's true. Oh, Zach Wilson slept with his best friend's mom, and it turned into this big story last year because his mom was probably in her 50s or something. I'm telling Aaron the story. No, it's okay. All right, so here we go. Buffalo fakes the handoff, tosses it to Deontay Hardy. Gain of 3. Quinnen Williams, one of the most disruptive defensive linemen in the league. Man, he just lives in the backfield. Right when that ball is snapped, he is back there. He's in the same conversation as what's his name? Chris Jones and starts with a D. What's his name? In LA, Aaron Donald. He's definitely in the same league as those two. I can't believe I just forgot Aaron Donald's name. 3rd and 6. So the Jets defense so far doing their job. There's 1:22 left in the 3rd quarter, so we're entering 4th quarter. Urgency is going to start coming up a little bit here for both sides. This is kind of a big 3rd down right here. Can the Jets hold the Bills again? And if they do, the pressure really starts turning to Zach Wilson. Like, hey man, you gotta make a drive. You gotta get some points on the board here. A quick throw underneath and a big time stop by Quincy Williams. Man, it looks like there was a chance he could have broke a tackle and gotten to the edge and got the first down. And man, the speed of the linebacker to not only make it over there, but then deliver that open field hit. And not only that, but to pop him like that, that was just an incredible defensive play right there. All right, so here we go. Here we go with the punter. Ooh! Almost blocked. Ooh! Gibson catches it. Great kickoff coverage by the Bills. He's tackled right away. Williams has like 9 or 10 tackles already today. Fucking beast. Dude, he's all over the place, man. This Jets defense is for real. Dallas's defense is for real too. I love that, man, those teams with great defenses, man, you can just almost guarantee they'll be in an AFC or NFC championship. That's just the way it goes. Like, if you have in top 1 or 2 defense in the NFL, you will be in the playoffs unless your offense is like ranked 25th or lower. Like last year, Denver's defense was incredible, but they were ranked last in scoring. That's why they didn't win. So if you can just get, and I say all of this because right now it's a 1-score game and the Jets have the ball. If you can just get at least 20 points, you guys, I mean, the sky's the limit. But Zach Wilson has got to go out here, and Nathaniel Hackett has to call some plays that get him into a rhythm. You know, it's not Aaron Rodgers out there. Can you adjust on the fly? Because I hate to bring this back up, but last year in Denver, he couldn't adjust on the fly. He couldn't even call timeouts at the right time. There's a lot of things that he couldn't do that don't make me confident as a Broncos fan that he has the ability to adjust to Zach Wilson. And, you know, the whole world's watching him. They're probably thinking the same thing. So let's get out here and get Zach Wilson in a rhythm, and maybe even Nathaniel Hackett in a rhythm. It might have taken him those 3-4 series to, you know, start calling the right plays. So,
well, like Nathaniel Hackett is possibly being coached by Aaron Rodgers on the side too.
Whoa, Aaron in the chat from the upper rows. What did you say? You feel like Aaron Rodgers is being coached by Nathaniel?
I feel like Nathaniel Hackett could be being coached by Aaron Rodgers to make the right decisions.
Oh.
That's why he probably does well with him and nobody else.
Aaron makes a great point that the reason Nathaniel Hackett does so well with, you know, Aaron Rodgers is because Aaron Rodgers is the dad in the relationship. He helps Nathaniel Hackett more than Nathaniel Hackett helps Aaron Rodgers. Just a reminder, DeMar Hamlin is inactive tonight. But, man, to see him on the field right now, walking around, remember all those people that said that it wasn't really him and he had a stunt double? Man, people on the internet are so fucking weird. All right, here we go. Zach Wilson keeps the play alive, tries to squeak it into Lazard, and it was a super dangerous throw. Lawson almost intercepted it. You know, that is one of the things. Zach Wilson, he's got an arm on him. He can throw a rocket. He can throw that ball, but that's kind of the fallback is that those kind of quarterbacks, man, they always think that there's a window, right? If that window is 1 yard, a real gunslinger thinks that they can fit a ball anywhere. And that results in a lot of interceptions and maybe some overconfidence. Handoff to Breece Hall. Breece Hall reminding everyone that he's just fine. Some people worried that Breece Hall wasn't going to make an impact, whether it was concerns about his injury last year or it was Dalvin Cook being acquired. People a little worried about Breece Hall's production this year. And now Breece Hall comes out here and makes a splash. He's had a couple of these now. Brees Hall is the real deal. I'm off tomorrow for our asses kicked. Oh, got our asses kicked. Coached my neighbor's kids' baseball team. Had to go get a 6-pack of Voodoos. Nice. Hall's already over 120 yards. He's an animal. You're an animal. Voodoo Rangers. Do you like Voodoo Rangers? Jinja, that's like his drink. We were going to send him a 6-pack of Voodoo Rangers last year. I don't know what happened with that. We're going to do that. All right. So we're at the commercial break right now. Brees Hall. Do a little quick fantasy update for you guys. I know that you guys love you some fantasy football. So if you have Aaron Rodgers, I'll tell you, you don't have any points. A total is 0 points to be specific. So that is that. Brees Hall, I put him on my bench. Look, all those things I was saying, the injury, that Alvin Cook, I wanted to take a week to, I guess, kind of analyze how the Jets were going to use him. He has 113 yards, 14.3 fantasy points. So I'm like what I'm seeing right now, 14.3 points. I started Raheem Mostert in his spot. He got me 13 points. So Brees Hall would have been the better play this week, but there was no way to really know that. Especially if he gets a touchdown, he'll be in the 20s. So Brees Hall showing that he deserves to be an RB1 or RB2, but definitely starting week in and week out on the fantasy teams. Let's see if there's any more players playing right now. Let's see. A lot of people have Garrett Wilson. What?
I was counting my mileage of 200 miles from the field range, and it was 433, like way back there, and it's going up.
I know, it does that. Okay, Garrett Wilson. He has, so far tonight, only 4.7 fantasy points. So Garrett Wilson definitely showing that he's, not really in great shape without Rodgers. Garrett Wilson was tremendous last year without Rodgers, but it's weird that he's only got 4 points. All right, here we go. Zach Wilson steps up into the pocket, uses his feet, and is able to get a couple yards there. But that was third down. Damn. So it's 4th and 4, and now the Jets are going to have to punt it. And this is the fear if you're the Jets. You're playing great defense, and you're not being rewarded at all. You're not being rewarded for the work you're doing. And the Jets defense now, are they up for the challenge? Because now they got to come out here and deliver again. Keep the Bills from scoring. And now with time running out, you definitely don't want to go into a 2-possession game. In a game where you can't even get one score up against the Bills. It's almost like if the Bills get a field goal, the chances of the Jets winning drastically decrease. Even just a field goal, right? That's a lot of pressure on the defense. I can recognize a game like this. My team has been in these games for a year straight. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen throwing out to the flats. That's Cook, and he gains about 7-8 yards. So Bills with a good first play. Likely to get a first down now. I really thought that hit on Wilson should have been 15-yard penalty. And I guarantee you, if Aaron Rodgers was the ball carrier, that would have been called. Some of these younger running quarterbacks, they get hit really hard, and it's like, yeah, whatever. And then Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, you touch these guys the wrong way, and there's a flag that comes out. You breathe on them, and there's a flag. There's no consistency with the way that this is called, and I have a huge problem with that. If you're going to call it for Rodgers, you got to call it for everybody. You know, Peyton Manning was always really good about this. He never looked for a call. If you hit Manning late, that wasn't his thing. He was never going to make a big deal about it. He's like, if they call it, they call it. But some of these younger guys get lit. That was a huge play right there in first down. Josh Allen gets sacked by Jermaine Johnson, star linebacker out of Florida State. Oh, yeah. So while we're talking about refs and play calling and stuff, I did meet a guy yesterday that, all right, 2nd and 12. We'll pick up that story after this play. Plays are getting really important here. 12:30 left in the fourth. It's going to be a throw, a dump off over here. And that is Damian Harris. The Patriot last year came over to Buffalo to, Cook wasn't a great pass blocker, so for a lot of pass situations, they brought him in. But the goal is for Cook to improve in pass protection this year. Okay, big third down, 11:50 and counting, 3rd and 9. Josh Allen, no running back in the backfield, shotgun, alone and unafraid, snaps the ball. He runs up, he thinks he's going to do it with his legs, and then he pitches it out, and it looks like they're going to call it just short. I think they're going to have to measure. No, they're going to call it a first down and move the chains. Let's take a look at the replay. Man, I don't know if that was if that was improv, that was amazing. That really felt like some kind of trick option play. Josh Allen ran up, and he looked like he was going to be a ball carrier. And with a guy like Josh Allen, who runs so much, I think he's got the most rushing touchdowns of any quarterback in the last couple of years. You have to respect his run. So then when you do, you come off of that running back, you just flip the ball over to Latavius Murray, who is an older guy, but man, he's got an incredible work ethic, and he averaged like 4.5 yards a carry last year with the Broncos. And when we got rid of Melvin Gordon and launched Javonte Williams, we really leaned on him all year. He's got a lot of good football left in him. So you got 3 running backs for Buffalo right now that are capable of coming out. So plenty ability to keep their legs fresh on the sideline. So you could take Latavius out now and bring in Cook or Damian Harris. Let's see what they decide to do. Big third down coming up here for Buffalo. 3rd and 2. 10 minutes left in the game and counting. And that's why I say this drive is so important. We're under 10 minutes left in the game, that quick. You can have a game drained on you before you even blink. All right, big third down. Shotgun, throwing. It is intercepted. Intercepted. 3rd interception of the day for Jordan Whitehead. So this is how you get the benefit from having Sauce Gardner. We're going to talk about Sauce Gardner. He didn't intercept it, but when you have a lockdown corner like that, people are going to throw and pick on the other corner. A lot of opportunities, and with those opportunities comes a lot of chances of getting exposed. Yesterday, Damari Mathis, who plays on the opposite side of Patrick Surtain, he got exposed because he gets targeted so many times, right? when you get targeted that many times because quarterbacks are afraid to throw it on the other side of the field, there's a lot of risk, and in some cases, like tonight, a lot of reward. 3 interceptions for Whitehead. That's pretty damn cool. Jin just said the Buckeyes are wide receiver university. Look at Scary Terry, Olave, Wilson, Michael Thomas, JSN, Harrison next year. And then we have Cardell Tate for the future. We're killing it. And then he said Hines getting hurt by getting hit by another jet ski is horrible. Love that dude. Hate it for him. He could have had a breakout year. Yeah, that was the Nyheim Hines. That was pretty crazy. We had something similar happen in the same area last year with Dwayne Haskins. I mean, a different way, but still 2 young people in the same area. So, yeah, man. But to the Ohio State message, they are definitely producing. They're turning into like the Pittsburgh Steelers of college football, and it was Alabama for a while. I mean, you can't forget about Alabama because they bring in a lot of people. They brought in Amari Cooper. They brought in Henry Ruggs. They brought in Jerry Jeudy, even though he hasn't, the ability and the talent is there. He just needs, honestly, better quarterback play. Amari Cooper. I can't think of some other names right now. Let's see. Georgia's also a really big receiver school. I think they are the ones that had Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones went to Georgia. Don't quote me on that. But I would say right now, nobody's doing it like Ohio State. And it's interesting because you wonder, hey, all these receivers are so great. Is it that the quarterback is making the receivers great, like Justin Fields was the quarterback in Ohio State? One of the great Ohio State quarterbacks. Is that why those receivers are good? Or does Justin Fields look good because those wide receivers are great? It's the same thing with Mac Jones. He had Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy on the same field. And it's like, okay, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Sometimes it's just both are true. So they're still showing that interception. All right, under center here for Zach Wilson. And it's just amazing to me how many opportunities the Jets defense is giving the offense. I mean, they are bailing out this offense, and they can't get a freaking first down. I know that Buffalo's defense is an elite unit, but if you can't even get a single first down, that is a you problem. You have to be able to move the ball a little bit at some point in the game. So here we go, 3rd and 5. No more excuses. You need to convert here. This needs to be an easy play. Looks like he jumped early. Zach Wilson staying in the pocket, throwing the ball. He had a wide open receiver, which kind of begs the question, why did he wait so long to throw it? It's like he's so hesitant. He's so nervous out there. He needs to just have a play like that right there so he can loosen up and trust himself. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the spark that starts a drive here finally in the second half. It was a shaky throw. He didn't look confident and comfortable. He was wide open, and he's struggling to make that throw. He needs to just settle. Good pass rush by the Bills, though. Run up the middle to Breece Hall. Looked like it was going to be nothing, and it looked like he gained 4 or 5 yards. 7 minutes to go. And this is also a big test for Robert Saleh. You know what I mean? he's not calling the plays. Nathaniel Hackett's out there calling the plays, but, he's the leader of this team. And Aaron Rodgers kind of felt like the heart and soul of the team. And now he's gone, and you need to step up and be that foundation. So far, defensively, the Jets are everything that they were advertised to be. Offensively, a lot of weapons, but without an offensive line and an inexperienced quarterback, it's not going to work. But if they can tighten it up here and play some offense, they don't need much. They need one touchdown. So here we go. Snap. Wilson looking. Third down. He throws it and it's caught. And now Zach Wilson's looking comfortable. Garrett Wilson makes the catch. And now the Jets are looking to punch it in here in the red zone. Wow. Just an amazing route there by Garrett Wilson. And a really good throw, too, by Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's starting to believe. Let's see what happens here. I'm feeling a touchdown. Zach Wilson steps up. He's going to run it himself. He makes a little juke, goes down at the 3, and now he's starting to feel it. 5 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. He was trying to make that preseason that worked so well. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal under center is Zach Wilson. He's not going to run it. It's going to be a pass. Oh, the catch of the day. Oh, my goodness. That was disgusting. This is going to be on the Madden cover next year. Guarantee it. Mark it. September 11th, 8:40 Mountain Time. The play that is going to be on the new Madden cover just happened. You heard it here first. I don't even know what to say about this catch right here. Oh my goodness! That was disgusting. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. He holds out his hand. I can't. This catch I've never seen. What a catch. And now they're going to throw a flag. Looks like false start. Oh, that's not good here. That's not good. Delay a game on the Jets. You can't do this, man. It's a 1-point game. Your extra point is already 35 yards. Now you're pushing it back to the 40. Making the extra point harder when you need that extra point to tie the game. That's an unexcusable mistake right there. So here we go. The very difficult extra point. And the kick goes through. And it didn't look. Man, this catch by Garrett Wilson. So he had, coverage. It was one of those that probably was supposed to be an outside throw, but the ball got thrown too far inside. So Garrett Wilson had to take his arm and basically fully extend it in, not out of bounds, but inbounds. Catch it while fumbling the ball and then somehow secured it. An absolutely insane play. It was almost probably on the Odell Beckham Jr. level. It's definitely going to be on the Madden cover. If Wilson had an older woman's hand on his balls, he would be as comfortable as ever behind there. Jets will hire an old woman to come stroke his ego. Oh my God. That is so great. It was Garrett Wilson. The catch was Garrett Wilson. It was an insane grab. Man. That was really, really neat. can't believe I just said neat. That was so neat. I never say that. Oh, man. Okay, so the Jets did it. It's 13-13. So far, my prediction came true. I thought that this was going to be a 13-13 type game. So let's see how Buffalo responds here. I mean, look, Josh Allen said last year interceptions were a problem. And he said he was going to be working on that this year. All right, now he's throwing 3 interceptions today. So obviously it's not working right now. So, but look, the reason you stick with a quarterback that throws that many interceptions is because he can come out there at any point and just take over a game. Okay, so that's what he's going to have to do right now. It's 13-13. And if you're going to throw 3 interceptions, you have to take over the game and win. That's just kind of how it works. So a lot of pressure kind of on Josh Allen. If he loses a game to Zach Wilson, the story isn't going to be the Jets' defense was incredible. Yeah, they'll mention it in passing, like, wow, this defense is for real. But the real story, because it makes it for a better headline, is Josh Allen got beat by Zach Wilson. And, you know, that he kind of deserves for that to be a headline if it happens. He's not having a great game. So let's see what he does, because whatever happens here in the next 4 minutes and 55 seconds is going to determine the narrative of a lot of things. So here we go. Jets kick it off. And this one looks like a short kick that's going to be, now it's going to go into the back of the end zone. 25-yard line here for the Buffalo Bills. Neat is the whitest word to describe something cool. I still use it, so I can't hate. Dude, that's neat. That's so neat. Oh, gosh. All right. 1st and 10, 4:55. Jordan Whitehead, first Jet with 3 interceptions in a game since, guess who? Ty Law, who played for the Jets and the rival. The ball came out! Josh Allen just fumbled the ball. The Jets have it. Their 4th turnover of the game. Jets ball. The refs signal it. There's a fight on the field. There's a fight. Whatever happens at this point, it's after the play. So even, oh man, this is a brawl. I haven't seen a fight like this in a while in the NFL. This is not your typical fight. There's going to be oh my gosh, maybe an ejection. No, you don't have to do that. I'll just charge it like this. There we go. No, I'm good. I have 60. Wow. So the Jets now take over the game. Oh my gosh. Josh Allen, he didn't look the ball in. The snap came and he held out his hands, but he looked to his right. And literally, you're taught this when you first play catch as a child. Keep your eye on the ball. I mean, it doesn't get more fundamental than that. And if you're gonna lose a game, you don't want to lose a game because you made fundamental mistakes, right? If you lose to a good team but you play a good game, you can sleep at night. You take your eye off the ball, then that's little league stuff. You can't lose a game like that and be respected. You can't lose a game like that and be on the Madden cover of the new Madden. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Breece Hall in the backfield. I think they're going to give him the ball right away. Let him take over this game. You're in good shape right now to get a field goal. Breece Hall with the handoff, and he gets almost 7 yards. What a run by Breece Hall. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Who's the best player in the field? Let's settle this. It's either Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson. It's definitely not Zach Wilson. But Garrett Wilson relies on Zach Wilson, so you better just get the ball to Breece Hall. So here we go. 9 rushes, 124 yards, 13.8 yards per carry. That's his average right now. All right? Don't overthink it. Give the ball to Breece Hall. Here we go. 2nd and 4. And they're going to hand it off to Breece Hall, which is a good decision. And he somehow makes it 3rd and 1. He had 4 opportunities to be tackled in the backfield, and he made everyone miss because that's how good he is. Breece Hall definitely passing the test after his injury last year. 3rd and 1, 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Like, I'm going to be honest, if I'm the Jets offensive coordinator right now, I'm literally talking about running the entire game out. I'm running the football every play, and I'm forcing the Bills to use all their timeouts because I'm already in field goal range. This is a chip shot field goal. There shouldn't be one pass on this drive as far as I'm concerned. Now we got Dalvin Cook in the backfield. They give it to him. He's able to get the 1 yard. We'll see where they mark forward progress. It's going to be close, and I think let's see where they spot it. They look like they're putting it right behind that yellow digital line. They're probably going to have to bring out the sticks here. Obviously, this is the most important play of the game right now. I think where they put forward progress, I think it might be a first down, to be honest. To me, it looks like he touched that yellow line. Give me Garrett Wilson. Hall is better in this situation, though. Absolutely. And then he said, tell these 8-year-olds I'm helping coach to keep their eye on the ball every game. It's so frustrating. Never would have to tell me or my teammates that 15 years ago. Regression, man. I know, right? It's because of TikTok, man. Their attention spans. Everyone's got ADD now. Can't focus on the ball even. 4th and 1. The official spot is going to be a 4th and 1. Now, they're going to go for it here. Now, this is really interesting because if they get the first down here, you're in a position to run the entire clock out. But if you don't get it, you forfeit the field goal that would put you in the lead here. So they're gonna do a QB sneak here with Wilson, and Wilson gets it, and that's how you redeem yourself in front of your home crowd if you're Zach Wilson. With the game on the line, a QB sneak. Now the clock is running, 2.5 minutes left. This is going to go all the way down to the 2-minute warning. The Bills, are going to have to use all 3 of their timeouts. And if the Jets get 1 first down even, then they can take a knee, call timeout with 3 seconds left in the game, kick a chip shot field goal, and the Jets get out of here with a 16-13 hard-fought win, and the defense gets the game ball. 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. They're going to have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. They barely get it off, and this is going to be tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 3 yards, almost 4 yards. So 2-minute warning, 3 timeouts. So they're probably going to, let's say, run it. Now this is interesting. They might throw it here because if you run the ball, they're going to call a timeout, and you may get 1 or 2 yards because they're going to be playing the box loaded, right? And then they're going to run it again, and then whatever, they call another timeout, and let's say you got 2 yards. So now here you are. You've only drained about 6 seconds off the clock, and you're going to kick a field goal, and the Bills are going to get the ball back with 1 timeout in about 1 minute, 50 seconds, 40 seconds left, right? That's plenty of time for Josh Allen to score. However, if you gamble a little bit here and you throw the ball and you're able to pick up a first down, now you've really put the Bills in a situation that sucks. But you really don't want to do that here on 2nd down because the Bills haven't used their timeouts. I don't know if they've called any timeouts in the second half. I believe they have all 3. So if you run the ball now, you force them to use one of their timeouts. Okay. However, if they get a first down on this next play, then they're kind of in the same situation they're in right now. Buffalo could stop it on first, second, and third down, and then fourth down. The only difference is they would have 1:40 and no timeouts versus one timeout. So if you do pass in this situation, I think you got to do it after the next play, not right away. So I expect another run here. I would put Breece Hall back in the game. I think they're having more success with Breece Hall. With the 2-minute warning, they put Cook in probably to give his legs a rest, but I think there's been plenty of time now to put Breece Hall in. I wouldn't mind seeing a pitch to the outside, let him use his speed to get around the corner. And we got Bill in the chat, streaming while driving. Sweet. Absolutely, dude. And he goes, you throw it with Rodgers, probably not Milf Wilson, though. Trust your defense. They've been great. Yeah. I mean, and that's a great point, but look, if I'm Nathaniel Hackett, I'm grabbing, Wilson by the face mask, and I'm saying, if the throw is not absolutely there, then do not make that throw. And don't throw an incompletion. I would rather you slide down and let the clock continue rolling than to force a bad throw and risk it. A, an interception, B, the clock stopping, which is almost as bad, right? So here we go, back in MetLife Stadium, 2 minutes left in the game. Zach Wilson is trying to lead the Jets to a win over the Bills. And it's 2nd and 13. They keep Cook in the backfield. Don't love that decision. We'll see if it pays off. He's a very good running back. They're going to hand it to Cook, and he's only going to get about 2 yards. Like, you got a running back averaging around 13 yards a carry. I just don't understand this decision. You want to put Breece Hall on a snap count, a pitch count, whatever you want to call it, that's one thing. The game is on the line right here. You got to go over to him and say, hey, man, we need you in the game right now. You can see a clear difference in the Jets' running game. When they give it to Cook versus give it to Hall. I just think in this situation, you got to keep your best players in the game. Dalvin Cook's a really good option if you're going to use him as a passing option, but just a straight north-south runner with the game on the line, I would rather have Breece Hall. 3rd and 12, Zach Wilson shotgun. We'll see how conservative they play this. Maybe a halfback draw. Zach Wilson, and it's going to be a halfback draw. This one is going to go to Michael Carter. And I don't love that either, because maybe you put Breece Hall in and run that same play and he gets you a first down. But whatever, they want to use Michael Carter instead. It was a pretty decent run, but here we go. It's 4th down. The Bills call timeout. And like I said, they're going to get the ball back with about 1:50. Bill said yesterday was absolutely brutal. Was at the bar in my Manning jersey, and after the game, some woman I don't even know came over and gave me a pat on the back and a hug. You'll get him next time, LOL. Yeah, man, it's really hard week 1 when you lose. I think it might be the hardest the Jets make the kick. Let's be clear. 30-yard field goal is good. Jets take 3-point lead. 1 minute and 48 seconds left. Bills only have 1 timeout to drive. And look, they don't have to score. This game has overtime written all over it. I can smell it from a mile away. You're telling me that Allen's not going to get him in field goal range? They absolutely are. Gabe Davis probably makes a big play, or Stephon Diggs. Wouldn't be surprised if the Jets are playing too shallow and they give it to Cook, Dalvin Cook's brother, James Cook. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him scurry for a 25, 30-yard gain because they're playing too far back. And look, you only need one of those and you're in field goal range. You kick the field goal, 16-16, and we go into overtime. That's kind of how I see this game playing out. But obviously, wouldn't be a shocker if the Jets defense comes up with another turnover somehow. I mean, they're basically doing it every time they get on the field. And then Bill talking about the Giants yesterday looking really bad. He said they were. And after Rodgers got injured, I think we should just burn MetLife Stadium to the ground. Jets D comes up big, in my opinion. Jinja with a bold prediction. I mean, I say bold because it almost feels like with Josh Allen, it almost feels like flipping a coin, right? It's like, okay, tails. Okay, tails. Okay, tails. You get, that many turnovers and that many drives. It's like we've hit tails 5 times in a row. It's almost feels to me like there are better odds that this offense will get in field goal range. I almost feel like the exception would be another Jets stop. But, it's week 1. There's just a lot of unknowns. Maybe this defense is better than we think, and, oh my goodness. That was scary. Sorry. All right. And then Bill said the Jets secondary is legit, Ginger. You're right. So here we go. Clicked the wrong one. All right. Are you okay? Yeah. We can switch. Okay. All right, so the kickoff is going to go through the back of the end zone. And here comes Josh Allen. Next Monday night, Saints and Panthers are playing. Don't love that matchup, to be honest. Saints and Panthers. I mean, come on, it's week 2. The Jags are playing the Chiefs next week. Why isn't that on Monday night? That's such a better game than friggin' Panthers and Saints. Yeah, Derek Carr and Bryce Young. All right, here we go. Josh Allen, shotgun formation, crowd very much into it. Game on the line here. Allen takes the snap, steps up, keeps his eyes downfield, and now he's going to turn into a runner. And wow, he takes a huge hit, but he hops right back up, unfazed at all. Good job. 2nd and 3. Troy Aikman wanting Josh Allen to just slide. They're going to blitz off the edge. He throws it, and it's caught. And guess who? Gabriel Davis. So here we go. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Now the Bills driving down the field. They're about 10 yards away from being at midfield, maybe 13 yards away. Probably need about 30 yards for a field goal you like with a whole minute left. Josh Allen with time, throws it, fires a dart across the field, and now they're in Jets territory, and there's Stephon Diggs. So you got Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs, both of them making a big play. And here we go. And 42 seconds left, and the Bills are basically sniffing field goal territory. Here we go. Diggs again, outside, and it's a pass interference. The Bills are going to be in field goal range now with a chance to send this game to overtime. 35 seconds left. And let's see what the flag's on here. I said they were going to pass interference. But they call it on Stephon Diggs. That is a monster penalty in this situation right now. Sauce Gardner playing really close. Stephon Diggs a little push off there. And it gets called. All right. So here we go. 1st and 20. Buffalo still with 1 timeout remaining. Trying to. All right. And the Jets. And Jinja in the chat, you called it. And Bill said, right now, I would put money on Josh is going to throw another long pass that gets intercepted and game over. I would be willing to bet money that won't happen. Josh Allen is not going to throw a deep pass on this entire drive, in my opinion. They're too close to field goal range. They don't need a touchdown. They're not trying to score a touchdown. They're playing for overtime. But if it happens, I'll eat my words. The last, let's just call it the second half drives has been interception, punt, interception, and fumble. 4 turnovers. It ties a career high. The prediction is that Josh Allen will have a new career high for Bill. For me, Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs comes up big here. Josh Allen throws it, and it is caught. And it is Diggs. Stephon Diggs with a big play. And Bills call their final timeout. Probably a really smart use of it right there. Now you can get a play you like. I would say they probably want 7 to 10 more yards to get into a field goal spot that they actually like. What a throw by Josh Allen. Just knowing where your receiver is going to be. The chemistry that Diggs and Allen have is one of the best in the league, probably, if not the best in the league. You think Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago, but maybe Travis Kelce and Mahomes, but this is right up there. Here we go, 2nd and 5. 29 seconds left in the game. Bills have burned their final timeout. Shotgun formation for Allen, and he comes up to the line, change of play, back in shotgun, snaps the ball, fakes the handoff, throws the slant to Stephon Diggs, and now we're going to get a spike. Let's see what they do here. They're in field goal range, 20, 19, 18, 17, and they snap the ball. 16 seconds, 2nd and 10. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Josh Allen just snap the ball and run it himself, maybe to get to the hash mark that the field goal kicker prefers. If they're already on that side of the hash mark, maybe just Josh Allen straight up, little QB sneak. And Steve in the chat. What's up, Steve? Konnichiwa. Oh, shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. Allen looking downfield, throwing it deep, and it's overthrown. It was a safe throw. He threw it towards the sideline. So I was wrong about Allen taking a shot. I feel like because they're already in field goal range, maybe they thought, hey, let's take one shot, make it a safe throw. But now Tyler Bass is getting ready to kick the field goal that will determine if we have overtime or not. Huh? Yeah. I got to pee so bad. You know how the road trips are. Kyle, you fucker. Haha, you called it. Dude. I watched tape. Patrick Mahomes' cringe moment in quarterback. They don't know I watched tape. During pregame, he hit a 60-yarder. But that's without the noise and the pressure. It's going to be 50 yards from where they're at right now. All right, so Josh Allen lining up, shotgun formation, and here we go. Allen looking, throwing. Oh, he tried to throw to Latavius Murray as a check down. I don't know why Latavius Murray, it looked like Latavius Murray wanted Allen to throw it more towards the sideline so that he could catch the ball and get out of bounds. But Allen threw it more inbounds, which is a lot more dangerous because if he catches that and gets tackled, there's no lining up and spiking it in 6 seconds. So it's actually pretty smart of Latavius Murray. He's a veteran. Just let that ball go, man. Here we go, 50-yard field goal attempt. This is for overtime, and the ball is snapped. Hold, the kick is up, and it off the upright. But it's good. It bounced in. It goes off the upright and bounces in. Drama in MetLife. We are going to go to overtime. 2 seconds left. Zach Wilson puts his helmet back on, perhaps to get ready to go to center field and start for another coin toss here, heads or tails. Wow. And the Bills able to answer when it mattered most, and that's what Josh Allen does. Plenty of lag. That kick would have been good from probably 60. The accuracy wasn't great, but it went in, man. That's all that matters. Haha, they don't know I watch tape. I do this, bro. Jaquan Mahomes. I'm like that. I'm him. So there we go, man. We got a nail biter, 16-16. What a game. Everybody that bought tickets to this game was like, I'm going to Aaron Rodgers' first game as a Jet. Instead, they're watching Zach Wilson take this team to overtime. It's like a bad dream almost, but hey, if they win, everyone will be happy. Here we go. It's going to be a kick that bounces out of the end zone, and now I expect Zach Wilson to take a knee, and we'll go to overtime. I know. Questioning the way he dresses. Everything he wears, he's like insecure about. He was wearing the visor, and he's like, oh, it's because the sweat drips in my eyes. No, the headband was because the sweat drips in his eyes. He has to like justify everything he wears. He's like, I want you to think I'm cool. So I'm pretty sure all the fans will think he's cool because they're going to overtime. The snap and the knee down. Here we go. Restart the game. 0-0. We got overtime. A touchdown wins the game. A field goal. The other team gets a chance. I have to pee so bad.
I know. I'm waiting for overtime to get over, but
we can't. I'm going to have to pee. And you're going to have to do the breakdown. No.
I already thought that in my head.
I might just have to pee in a bottle.
No, you can't do that.
I'm not going to do it on camera. That would be crazy. Imagine like 10 years from now when the podcast is huge and they're like, remember when you peed in a bottle on your road trip? It's like, yeah, started from the bottom. Started from the bottom. A kid on my team hit a single today and started yelling, I'm him. And in my mind, we were losing by 11, and he didn't even have an RB1. Dude cracked me up. That's hilarious. Anyone have a dipper for Kyle? He's not allowed to leave the stream until the game is over. A diaper for Kyle.
A dipper.
All right, so here we go. Overtime. Ref going over the rules, showing the coin. The Twin Towers are tails, obviously in memory of 9/11. Just want to give a shout out to all of our first responders out there that watch the channel. You guys are heroes. You guys are the people that run towards the fire. Thank you all for your service. So here we go. Regulation's over. We're going to overtime. The first Monday Night Football is not a disappointment. What'd you say? I know. I'm about to be like, just pull over right here. Let me just pee on the side of the highway. We're on a commercial. Why can't I just do that? People do that if their tires pop. No one's going to say anything. That's what I do. When I'm on a road trip and I have to pee, I just pull over. I don't care where I am. Pee anywhere. That's the perk of being a dude. You can just pull over and pee. But it's always the driver that won't. I never know why. Why don't you guys do it ever? Do you like that? We have to hold it.
Pull over.
My dad would never pull over. I felt like he like, if I had to pee, he like went longer without stopping for some reason. Whatever you do, don't speed. I want a shout out. I didn't do shit, but I still feel entitled to one. Hey, 2023, baby. Elbow cough. 2023. These kids, man, they need to be coached hard. There's no one behind you. If you put your hazards on, they'll move over. I can't. I have to pee. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen's running back out onto the field. The Bills are going to have an opportunity here to score first, which is something Josh Allen hasn't been able to do in his overtime career. He's 0-4, including playoffs in overtime. So this is not a situation that... Shout out Steve. We got Steve in the chat. I didn't know if I was supposed to shout out Steve or if Steve was saying that your pitcher shouted himself out. Just like, fuck it, shout out Steve. False start on the first play. You don't like seeing that. Mental mistakes here. This is kind of, we'll talk about this more in the future, but this is kind of the narrative of week 1, right? Offenses not doing so well because it takes some time to get into rhythm. All right, here we go. 1st and 15. All right, Josh Allen throws it. Oh, looked like it was intended for, is that Kincaid? It was Knox. That was the target. So now it's 2nd and 15. Can you just, right here. Jim just said, fuck it, pull over and pee. I do it every day. I know, I didn't mean like in the driveway. I mean like the side of the road. All right, here we go. 7-15, Josh Allen, shotgun formation. And it's going to be a handoff. Go like further up since you've already blown this spot up. 3rd down coming up. Quentin Williams with a huge stop right here. Perfect. All right, 1 second, guys.
Yeah, he's just an absolute force inside. This defensive front has really been good. They've been as good as advertised coming in. They're down at 12.
Allen slides. Pass incomplete.
Good job. Thanks. You did so good.
I was like, have not been following.
You did great. No, man, I work at... Just pull over, damn it, Aaron. You're MVP. Let the man piss. She did it. She let me pee. All right, so now they have to punt it, and the Jets are going to get an opportunity to return this, and he reverses field. He's running all the way down the field. They're already in field goal range. The Jets keep going. One man to beat. The Jets win. The Jets win. Wow. The Jets return the punt to the house, and Zach Wilson leads the Jets to a win over Buffalo. Wow. The stadium is going absolutely bananas. The returner is in the end zone on the field. The whole team has swarmed on top of him. Reporters are on the field. The lights have gone out. The fireworks. It is a W, and wow, what an amazing ending to the game. The game ends in a punt return. This is a classic. Oh my goodness. No, I just pinched it off. I just pinched it off. I didn't have enough time for a full pee. I would have missed this. What a game in MetLife. Zach Wilson leads the Jets to a 1-0 record. What a punt return. what a punt return. Good blocking, 55 running downfield with a key block on 85. And then one last move there at the very end.
And Gibson sets off the celebration.
And that is going to be a classic. Reminds me of Deshaun Jackson ending the game against, actually, it was the Giants and the Eagles. And it was the Eagles. I think they came back from like 27 points in the fourth quarter or something crazy like that. Wow. What a play there. Steve calling you straight out. What a return. Oh, there was a tripping call that didn't get called. They're saying that there was a tripping call that didn't get called on the return. That's something that is actually kind of neat. Normally you hear the referee in the booth come and reinforce the bad calls, and you hear one come in and say, hey, there was a call that was missed on that return. But it's over. Steve said, wow, Rodgers is going to lose his starting QB1 position in just 5 plays. I bet he's crying on the sidelines. I doubt that Rodgers is going to lose. Zach Wilson, like, even though he won this game, he didn't show us anything that was, like, spectacular. I mean, he made a couple plays when it counted. He's got, all the right in the world to feel really good about himself, but I would say Rodgers is more than safe. What a good game. I mean, it's really the story of this game is the Jets defense, man. The whole Jets defense gets this game ball. Looks like they're going to interview Zach Wilson here in a second. You got some Jets laying on the ground. Looks like Stefon Diggs is crying. Stefon Diggs is crying, man. Third punt return in NFL overtime history. Xavier Gibson. Great game by Dwayne Johnson. We got Zach Wilson here on the sideline. Let's hear what he says. They're not going to show it. The New York Jets trailed 13-3 tonight. 1-54 all-time versus Bills when trailing by more than 8 points in second half. Just one win. The Jets have only done what they just did one time in their entire existence. So that's why this game felt like a classic right there. Rodgers is going to get ringworms on his ankle, and Wilson will be the Jets. We'll take the Jets to the Super Bowl after Jets cut Rodgers in by week 17. Later, Ginger. Hey, guys. Thank you for coming in. I know I'm in the car and all that, but thank you guys for flexing and doing what you guys do, being a part of the stream. We're going to talk about all of the other games coming up here, all the games that happened on Sunday and predictions and all that. I finally figured out how to go live from the phone in a way where you guys see it. So I'm going to be doing this for a little while because we are on the road right now. But as always, I'll see you guys soon. And go Broncos. Go Jets, right? They just did something pretty cool. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.